Hi, Rainbow and Silver. We are going to continue our conversation about measurement, but instead of height, we are now going to talk about length. So I have some handy dandy pieces of spaghetti. Hopefully you can see that pretty good. So we are going to compare the lengths of these spaghetti. And when I'm talking about length, I'm talking about how long it is from this end all the way to this end. The full length of this piece of spaghetti. Okay? So I'm going to use words like longer, shorter, longest, and shortest to compare some pieces of spaghetti. Now I broke these pieces up so they all wouldn't be the same length. I want you to look at these two pieces of spaghetti. Which piece looks longer and which piece looks shorter?
What do you think?
What do you think, Lulu? Lulu, can you pick the longest piece or the longer piece?
This one.
That's right, Lulu. This is the longer piece of spaghetti.
Good girl.
And this is the shorter piece of spaghetti. So when I'm comparing them, this one's longer and this one's shorter. Now I have 3 pieces of spaghetti. Let me see if you can see this. So I have this longer piece and then I have this shorter piece. But now I'm going to line them up end to end to make sure we have a good measurement. Now I have this little tiny piece of spaghetti. Hopefully you can see that. Well, let's put it next to these other pieces of spaghetti. Which one do you think is the longest piece of spaghetti and which one do you think is the shortest piece? What do you think, Lulu?
Longest.
That one's longest. Which one's shortest, Lulu?
Shortest.
That's right, Lulu. This is the shortest piece of spaghetti because the length from this end to this end is shorter than those other 2 pieces of spaghetti. So I want you to grab some objects in your house and I want you to put them in order from longest to shortest and practice using those words. Longer, shorter, longest, and shortest. Now here's another tool we can use when we are talking about length and measuring how long something is. Like we did with our height, we don't always have a measuring tape or a ruler to measure how long something is. So I'm going to use pennies this time to measure how long my piece of spaghetti is. Now, there's a couple things you need to remember when you are measuring the length of an object. You need to start at the very end of the object. If I start way down here, then that doesn't make sense because my spaghetti hasn't even started yet. If I start way up here, then I'm missing all this length of spaghetti right here. So you need to make sure you are exactly at the very end. And then when you add your next penny, you want to make sure it's not stacked on top. You want to make sure there's not a big gap because then you're missing some more of your length. So they need to be exactly end to end. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The length of this spaghetti is almost exactly 7 pennies long. So I want you to practice using something in your house. You can use paper clips, you can use pennies, you can use cookies, whatever mom and dad let you use. You can use those to measure the length of different objects in your house. So go ahead, take some pictures of it, and if you want to send them to me, I would love to see them. All right, see you later. Say bye, Lulu.
Bye.